guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is my name is Shamika, and I am the owner and operator of Hankinsheartfeltcreations. We're so glad to have you here today. So in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is the monthly wrap up. So it is the beginning of a new month, which also means the end of the previous month. And so what I like to do at the end of each month is look at my sales to see where I'm at and how I feel about those. And then I also like to look to see how did I did in regards to my social media posts. Did I have on my work shirt, so I like to keep that kind of disclosed. Look at my followers to see if I grew my social media following over the last 30 days. What was my biggest win, some things that I need to remember, and how I feel about overall for the month. So when I go and I look at my sales for the month of January, I missed my goal by $136, which is actually not bad. So I'm pretty proud with what I brought in because of the fact that I still work full-time. Here's the reason you see a sticky note on my shirt. So I only missed my goal by $136. That easily could have been a 2-2 set or a group order of shirts, like a group order. So I need to try to really figure out and brainstorm what it is that I need to do. If I feel like I'm getting short, I did end up getting an order right before the end of the month, and that order was like a few $100s. So that really got me really close to my goal, because I thought I was going to be about $500 short, but it ended up working out. So I just need to figure out other little things that I can do to just give me that extra boost to make sure I'm going to stay in the green by the end of the month. So I'm going to put that down as one of my things to remember. As far as my followers go, I'll have to go on my phone, which that's where I'm recording from. I'm recording from my phone today to decide and determine how I did with my followers. I know I got a couple followers on my Facebook page. I'm really working hard to build my individual Facebook group, so that way I can do more marketing and more sales and feel like I can build my own community that's loyal to me. In regards to my business. So I'm really working hard on that, and I think I ended up gaining 1 follower on that, but I will post at the end of the video my results overall and like an infographic for you guys so that you can see. My biggest win, I would probably say my biggest win for the month was probably pushing myself to go ahead to learn how to use my white toner printer. That's something I bought a couple years back, and it's kind of just been sitting on the shelf. I was so busy filling out orders and stuff like that. I just really didn't have the time to sit down and dedicate myself to learning that new tool. So I think that's one of the things that we need to think about as business owners before you really just jump out there and buy those tools. Make sure that you have the time to invest into learning that tool, or it's really going to end up turning into a paperweight for you. And you're just going to have money just sitting on the shelf or sitting on the table. Due to me being a techie, I was able to kind of get that off and running. So my goal this year is to try to use that to bring in more money into my business. Also, by using that, that takes away the weeding aspect. So I start probably doing that more versus vinyl, because I do a lot of vinyl right now, especially when I get shirt orders. I also do sublimation, but of course, as you know, you may not know, but if you don't know, you're limited with sublimation. Typically, you can only sublimate on white and on polyester, and a lot of people don't like polyester and they don't want white shirts. That's been my experience for my clientele in my business. So I would probably say that's my biggest win. So going back to my original point, my biggest win will be getting my white toner printer up and running. It is a learning curve to it, but again, it just really depends on each individual, because I don't feel like I struggled with it as I've heard others have. Things to remember. I think some of the things that I want to try to remember that came from the month of January is when dealing with customers, especially customers on Etsy, you're going to have people that's going to reach out to you to ask you to do things, or can you do things that's technically not in your shop. Um, I'm not going to try to spin my wheels on doing that. I do have the custom order button on in my shop. But what I've learned and what I realized is sometimes you can spin your wheels on that and still don't get the sale. And for me, that's time that I could have used on customers that I already have, or on orders that I already have, to get those orders out. I think if I probably would have done that instead of spinning my wheels on a few of those messages that I got, I probably could have hit my goal or only been like $50 short for the month. Um, but, you know, one of those inquiries that I got, it did allow me to learn something new, and gave me a new idea and a new product that I'll probably be bringing to my shop in the future. But in a nutshell, I'm just not going to spin my wheels on those types of items, because you really just don't know. And my experience has been, when you're dealing with customers like that on Etsy, they really don't want to pay up front, but they want to kind of see what the work is going to look like before they pay. And that's just something that I'm just not interested in. Sometimes I do that for my local customers and my loyal customers, because I know we can either partner together to take their vision, to bring it to life, for them to get whatever the end product it is that they're trying to get. But I'm just not going to be doing that. I'm just not going to be doing that. There's a lot of things in my business that I'm just going to be nipping in the bud in the beginning. This is the beginning of the year, and I'm just not going to be jumping through hoops. The whole point of having your own business and running your own business is so that you can run it how you want to run it, right? You can accept the orders that you want to accept. And I've had to refund some orders too already. I've refunded a few and declined a few. Again, those orders could have helped me reach my goal. But for me, all money isn't good money, and some of it is just not worth the headache. I still work full time. For me, I'm not really trying to quit my job to run my business full time. This is more so me trying to build my clientele for when I get ready to retire. It's more so what the plan is for me. I know a lot of people start a business so that they can quit their 8 to 5 and work their business full time. That was never my plan and never my idea, at least not right now. My goal is to build something great, so that way when I get ready to retire, I still have a nice second income coming in, and maybe even be able to turn that over to my daughter, because my daughter comes over and she helps me work on orders and gets out orders for me as well. So once I get ready to retire, which, yes, I'm a long way from retirement, but I'm not that long from retirement. Hopefully that'll be something that she can kind of take over if that's what she wants to do. So that is my goal. If I had to rate my business for the month overall on a 5-star rating, I'd probably give myself 3 stars. Oh, let me back up. Expenses. So I wrote down the monthly wrap up we're gonna talk about 5 things. Our totals, which is our numbers for the month, our number of followers for the month, which is social media, our biggest wins, our things to remember, and then the overall. So in my numbers, like I stated, I was like $136 short from my goal for the month, which is fine. My expenses, I have not calculated yet for the month, because when I get ready to do my sales tax for the month, that's normally when I run all my reports and do all that. So I will fill that number in probably mid-February when I get ready to do my sales tax for the month. And then I know my expenses, and then I know what my actually profit is. And I think that's one of the things that we want to try to remember when we're doing business and conducting business, is making sure that we're watching our profit and we understand what we're bringing in as profit. I think a lot of times we get caught up in the number of orders that we're getting and the amount of those orders. You're thinking, oh, I just got a $500 order. But at the end of the day, what was your profit? Did you profit any money from that order, or did you spend it all up in fabric? And I know for me, I could easily spend it all up in fabric. So what I'm trying to do this year is, one, I'm not buying a whole lot of inventory, and I'm not buying a whole lot of supplies. I don't know if you all have noticed, but customers are pulling back. They're pinching their pennies. They're spending their money wisely. And we have to do the same thing as business owners. I'm only buying what I need to complete an order and run my business. Or I'm only buying what I need to complete a sample. I had a good friend of mine that says, what happens if you run out of that fabric? Well, it's just sold out. If I can't get it anymore, it was just sold out, and I'm just on to the next thing to find my next bestseller. I'm just no longer going to be in the department of recruiting all these items and recruiting all this inventory and don't get any return on them. I don't want my house to be hoarded with materials and fabric. That's just not what I want to do. Do I have a lot of stuff that I've accumulated over the years prior to me getting to this place, prior to me discovering this logic, prior to me understanding inventory and numbers and taxes? Absolutely. I got stuff in there that I haven't used. I have stuff that was given to me. I have stuff that I accumulated from when I bought used machines. I have stuff that friends and family have bought me. However, for 2023, that ain't where I'm going. I'm only spending what I need. So if someone says, hey, I want to get a hoodie, I don't have any hoodies in my stash. I'm going to have to go and order them a hoodie in order to complete that order. And I'm only ordering one, maybe two in case I mess up. But I'm not purchasing, oh, let me go ahead and get 5-6 hoodies. No, I'm not doing that anymore. But again, it depends on your business model and how you run your business. My business is more so based on custom orders. Every now and then I get, I do have an Etsy shop, and in my Etsy shop, those things I wouldn't consider custom, because you know a shirt is a shirt per se, or a kid shirt is a kid shirt per se. But, I'm just not buying all that inventory. So pretty much my clientele know if they come to me, they got to give me at least a week and a half, 2 weeks to do their order, because I'm just not housing all that material anymore, and I really don't have a place to house it. My craft room is packed. Our spare room in the back, the closet is packed with blanks. I'm getting ready to get a shed because I got stuff in my garage. And that's the other thing. I am one of those crafters that does everything. I've done everything: sublimation tumblers, glittered tumblers, keychains, bag tags, glittered tumblers, epoxy crafts, you name it, I've done it. Paper crafts, I've done it all. I'm about to downsize all of my stuff and just place myself in a small niche. I think I found what I love and what I want to do the most, and I think that's where I'm going to be. And as I clean out my garage and start cleaning out my spare bedroom in the back, I'm going to just be selling off some of my stuff, because I'm just not. Some of this stuff I've had 2 years and I haven't touched it. It's just time to go. So, anywho, went off on a tangent. So I'll be coming back to calculate my numbers. I won't put my numbers up. I'm not $1 million business, and I'm not afraid to tell you all that. But I'm just private, pretty much. So calculate your sales, subtract your expenses from your sales, and that's going to give you profits. And your expenses will be everything that you spent that month. So everything that you spent in the month of January, subtracted by the number of what you made in January, that will give you your total profit. And if you want to know how I paid myself, leave a comment below, and I'll do that in another video. If you want to know how I figure out how to pay myself, when to pay myself, and what I pay myself. My sticky note fell again. So the next thing is followers. how many followers did I gain on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, my Instagram, and my TikTok. I do have a TikTok. TikTok is slow for me. I think, oh, and Pinterest. I think a lot of people are using TikTok. For me, this is my 2 cents on TikTok. I think a lot of people are using TikTok to learn things. I don't think, to me, it's not necessarily to buy. I think you do have a few buyers on there, but just not a lot. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm still TikToking. I'm still gaining followers. I will say I did get a sale, one sale thus far on TikTok. So it's possible, but to me, TikTok just isn't. It's not quite there yet. I think some people get lucky and go viral, but it's just not there yet. And most of those people that do, they're doing funny TikToks. And I mean, I'm funny, but I ain't that funny. Biggest wins. Sorry, my computer went to sleep. We already went over my biggest win, and we kind of already went over my things to remember. And then, again, the overall, which would be how do I rate my business this month. Now, that is the monthly wrap-up. Stay tuned if you want to know what I do to get ready for the current month or the next month ahead. Hope you guys enjoy this content. If you do, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.